Good morning, folks. We got a nice overcast day back again today. Be a good day for working in the garden, so we're out here in the morning. We're going to do a little maintenance weeding and we're going to do some more planting out. So come along with me and I'll show you what all that entails. So our maintenance weeding, all that entails is just going down the rows. You can see some of this stuff we tilled up. It's still green, but it's loose and it's going to die here on top of the ground. So we don't have to worry about that stuff. We just walk along and basically look along the edges to see if anything's growing. It actually goes pretty fast. Now this corner over here, the tiller can't get in the corner, so we just come in here and pull these up out of the ground. Once the roots are up out of the ground, they just sit here and die. And the stuff, when it's young like this, is the best time to do it because it pops right up out of the ground and it's really easy. Kind of therapeutic out here in the morning walking through the garden like that. And if you recall the custom weeder we built, we just took a regular hoe and took our 4.5-inch grinder to it. Boy, that does not want to come off of there, does it? Took our regular hoe and took a 4.5-inch grinder to it and cut the outsides off so we can do kind of surgical weeding out here in the garden. So here's some stuff I've yet to shorten these drip lines right here. Otherwise, the rototiller would have taken these out pretty easily. And then right along the edge here, I try not to get too close to the mulch because I don't want to lose a bunch of it every time that we till out here in the garden. So every now and then you'll get one along the edge. But that's all there is to it. Just a quick walkthrough of the garden. Takes about 10 minutes, probably every other day, to do the whole garden. So we'll continue to do this and we'll come back and we'll start planting stuff out. Now right here is a very good example how the mulch works. You can see right here on the end of the row where there's little or no mulch at all. And then right next to it here where we've got our 3 inches of mulch or whatever it turned out to be. That's the difference right there. You can see how these weeds readily grow, and then in the mulched area they just don't. Boy, look at our peas. They're starting to climb onto the trellis. They're doing fantastically. Got our other variety over here behind us. Looking good. Here's our morning glory, or as my neighbor calls it, bindweed, little patch here that we're trying to get rid of. We still got some yellowing going on, so we hope it's on its way out. But there's still some bright, shiny green leaves in here. So I'm wondering if we need to give it another dose. We're just using glyphosate on this because glyphosate doesn't stay around and harm your plants when you actually plant your garden plants out. If you've got any experience with the morning glory or the bindweed and getting rid of it, I'd appreciate the comments down below. All right, that is it. Took just over 10 minutes to do this whole garden, and that's even with the extra weeds that the rototiller couldn't get close enough to get. So normally when I do my maintenance weeding, I don't have those extra weeds. And some of you may say, well, that's easy because you got a rototiller, but the only time I really use the rototillers in the middle is after a real heavy rain where it packs down all this soil and I get a big push of weeds. And then after that, I let it dry a little bit and I'll bring the rototiller through. Other than that, I do the walk path as I go in the middles as well. If I see a little weed pop up, I just pop the thing up. And it doesn't take very long. 10 minutes every couple days. And to be honest, once the middles dry up, you could go 10 minutes every 3 or 4 days, or maybe 15 minutes every 3 or 4 days, and would do just as well. Because remember what I said in my weeding videos, don't water your weeds, people. Don't put water out here in the walk paths where there's none of your plants growing. Put a drip hose right along your plants, or a furrow, or whatever you're using. The furrow doesn't work with the mulch method, but you'd have a lot more weed problem with that. But don't water where you don't want weeds. Now, of course, when it rains, you don't have a choice, but it's not hard to keep a fairly weed-free garden. A lot of people will put down the landscape fabric and all that. They'll cover their whole garden floor with landscape fabric. Folks, you might as well go to the store and buy your vegetables if you're going to spend that much money. And the problem with landscape fabric is it always gets blown around and stuff unless it's buried underneath something. You can't really amend your soil when you have the landscape fabric down. It's just, to me, it's so much easier just to do it this way. Now, my cousin called. She needs some help on a project, so we're going to run into town and have lunch with her. And she's going to go pick up some furniture that she bought on Facebook Marketplace that we're going to do as a project together, and you'll probably get a video on that. So we're going to run into town real quick. Hey, we got company. I went to have lunch with my cousin, and they offered to come out and help me plant. We've got Lily, softball superstar extraordinaire. We're going to go watch her practice tonight. We've got Tate, and you probably remember Emma from our Sandhill plum jelly that we made. Are you all out of that, Emma?
Yeah.
We'll have to send a jar home with you. And this is my cousin, Carrie. So it's pretty awesome. They come out to help save my back. Been killing me lately. They're doing a great job. We're getting all the peppers planted out here. Well, family for the win. They helped me get that stuff that was ready to go out in the garden out there and save my back because it's been hurting for a couple days now. So they had to run into town and get ready for the softball games tonight. We're going to go in and watch and grab some dinner beforehand. So we'll bring you along and show you a little bit of that. Well, we're here at the softball scrimmage practice. Got a different situation going on this year than we had last year. I got two cousins whose girls play softball, and they played on the same team last year. They took state championship in Nebraska in their division. However, Lily, because of her age, she's moved up a elite or division this year. So the two girls don't get to play this year together. But we get to watch them. We get a 2-for-1 special here tonight because they're scrimmaging each other. That's my other cousin here. He's coach of the other team. His daughter's name's Ida. She's a pitcher and a catcher. So we'll show you both girls in action tonight. Kelly's cold. Lily Steele's home. Scrimmage is over. That was fun. You girls still love each other after all this? Alright, we had fun. Kelly's driving me around today. They had Runza Burgers for dinner. Amazing hamburgers and the best fries in the world, let me tell you. If you've never tried Runza French fries, you've got to try those if you ever get through Nebraska. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.